Alright everybody, this is Austin at the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. Today, we got a box. Now obviously I got a bunch of different stuff. I always try to bring you something different and neat. But the thing that I like the most is always going to be Japanese. I mean, they're artisans and craftsmen. It's just my stuff, you know? I mean, I can't account for anyone else's tastes. There's nothing I can do about whether or not they like it as much as I do. Let's just remove that information. Oh, goodness gravy. Listen, I mean, I want you to know that I want you to know that this is the shoe I'm currently wearing. I mean, that's my shoe. So when I tell you, that we don't really have the money for this stuff, I'm not kidding. You know, I mean, there's stuff that I can do without instead of not buying stuff like this. So I'm gonna take all this out of the box. We're just gonna make sure none of it's broken. Because again, we don't just have, you know, Asian plate money every day of our lives. We have to very carefully plan and we have to get the best deals we can. But we want to be able to buy amazing stuff. I mean, isn't that everyone's goal? So, I mean, we sacrifice. And my wife's got, you know, we both have a pair of work boots. I don't want you to think I'm shoeless. I don't want you to think that I'm completely destitute. But this is like a real thing for me. I would rather sacrifice and own something 100 years old. Shoes cost what? $60? So we paid $200 for this box, which should have 4 pieces in it. That means to get a new pair of shoes, like a responsible adult probably would go right out and buy a new pair of shoes. Like, man, look at my pinky toe just hanging out of this bad boy. And instead, I mean, you know, my wife tells me, like, you need a pair of shoes. You need to go and get a pair of shoes. Instead of buying a plate, why don't you go buy a pair of shoes? And I'm like, you know, you're making those shoes every day, bud. What a stupid thing. What a dumb human I am. So there's one. It appears to be in just fine condition. We're going to take a quick look at all these, get the lay of the land, and then we'll come back and talk about them individually, as we do with our boxes. I think that's a good way to do it, don't you? I mean, then you can decide whether or not you want to see another, or whether or not you want to see this piece again. You can skip the one you didn't like, or you can skip them all if you don't like them, you know? I'm not your boss. I'm not your boss. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying if you'd like to, you can come by and enjoy some of these items with us. And that's the only reason we're here. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to try and sell some stuff on eBay, but I'm not trying to sell you any stuff. I just want to look at stuff with you guys. That's why we're all here together. There's 3. And like I said, as soon as we make sure everybody's okay here, I'll give everybody their own little video. Everybody here deserves to be talked to and about. I'm sorry if the bubble wrap this time's too loud for the microphone. Oh goodness, gravy bud. Please don't be taped to anything. Oh, okay. I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to tear off any decoration with this tape. Otherwise, this is excellently packaged. I'm going to talk about the people I bought this. Okay, it's just underglaze. I think we'll be fine. Good Lord. Otherwise, this was beautifully packaged. I mean, very safely done. A very sturdy box. Nice work. Okay. What do you say we talk about some of this stuff? Just a tiny bit. We're not going to get too into it. How do I bring you back down on my level? Well, I think maybe we could do this, can't we? Yeah, okay. Let's look at this big fella first. See the enamel designs on the outside? Well, on the outside of the inside, anyway. Oh, these cool designs over here. I think you'd call this scalloped, maybe? Even a fake Ming signature mark. It's not really a signature. So telling you it's from the greatest Ming dynasty, maybe? I think it's supposed to say great, but that little dot there makes it the greatest, I think. You know what? We're gonna rotate these out of each other's way. I believe this is all Japanese Imari pottery. We're gonna talk about who's the most special. Isn't that neat? So, I guess, you know, I'm not a very smart character. I'm not made out of good decisions, you know what I mean? But how could I say no? I mean, $200 altogether after shipping and everything. For some 200-year-old bowls from Japan. Just excellent decoration on them. These are good things. And we will explore them more later on. Well, this is a pretty special one. Come on, camera. What are you doing? Do I need to tilt it? I did need to tilt it. It's a very nice underglaze color. You see how the whole plate has a kind of definition to all the designs there. Almost like they carved it out a little bit to keep the ink in its position. I'm calling it ink, but whatever kind of glaze, whatever you call a glaze. Isn't that neat? Sorry. I hope I've actually been showing you these. I'm not in a position where I can look at what I... I apologize if this is the worst video I've ever made. I mean, you'd have to compete pretty hard to beat my worst video. Come on now. There. What do you guys think about that? We will talk we'll talk about those more in a little bit. Get all the stickers off of them and stuff. Make sure we're not peeling any enamel off. So that's really what you don't want to do. You don't want to remove any decorations or anything. Alright, this is Austin, the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel.